Mama Jollof was a stout, middle-aged woman with a radiant smile that could light up the gloomiest days. Her food was legendary, even travelers from neighboring communities sought it out. Yet, our restaurant had one peculiar rule: no shoes allowed inside. Villagers whispered about the rule but rarely questioned it openly. Mama Jollof was loved and respected, her generosity evident in how she fed hungry children for free or helped struggling families with meals. Yet, beneath the laughter and chatter, curiosity brewed. That morning, Mama Jollof walked briskly through the narrow, dusty streets, carrying her woven raffia bag. On her way, she greeted a group of girls returning from the stream, their clay pots balanced effortlessly on their heads. "Good morning, Mama Jollof," one of them called out. "Morning, my children," she replied warmly. "How are you? Did you fetch enough water for your families?" "Yes, Ma," they chorused, giggling. As Mama Jollof passed, the girls whispered amongst themselves. "She's so kind," said girl 1. "Very kind," agreed girl 2. "But don't forget her rules. You must remove your shoes before stepping into her restaurant." "Why does she insist on that?" Girl 3 asked. "No one knows," girl 1 replied. "But my mother says there's something strange about it." The girls continued their chatter, their voices fading as Mama Jollof reached the market square, where her help girls were waiting to unlock the restaurant. As always, they removed their shoes before entering and set about preparing for the day. By mid-morning, Mama Jollof's restaurant was bustling with activity. Villagers crowded the small wooden tables, savoring her delicious jollof rice, pepper soup, and fried plantains. Colonel, the village's popular bricklayer, sat at his usual spot with 2 friends, laughing and joking about their long day of work ahead. "Colonel," one of the men said, "this place is magic. The food is so good, it feels like I'm eating in paradise." Colonel chuckled. "I told you. But don't ask me about the no-shoes rule. I don't care why, so long as the food is good." As the laughter continued, a young man named Emeka arrived in Timber. Freshly posted as a corps member, he was eager to explore the village. His stomach growled as he stepped off a motorcycle taxi near the market. "Where can I get something to eat?" Emeka asked the biker. The biker pointed toward a brown kiosk at the center of the square. "That's Mama Jollof's place. Best food in Timber. You won't regret it." Emeka nodded gratefully and began walking toward the restaurant. The biker slapped his forehead, realizing he'd forgotten to warn Emeka about the no-shoes rule. Inside the restaurant, Mama Jollof was serving Egui Rochas, the village chief. The Egui was a regular customer, always treated with the utmost respect and care. As Mama Jollof poured him a glass of water, the curtain covering the entrance was pushed aside, and Emeka stepped in, wearing his shoes. The room fell silent. All eyes turned to Emeka. Mama Jollof rose, the glass slipping from her hand and shattering on the floor. "No," she screamed, stumbling backward. "Shoes. He's wearing shoes." Emeka looked around, confused. "What's going on? Did I do something wrong?" The Egui rose from his seat, his face stern. "Young man, you violated the rule of this establishment. Guards, seize him." Before the guards could act, the chief priest of Timber entered the restaurant. Draped in flowing robes and carrying a staff adorned with cowrie shells, he commanded attention. "Stop," the chief priest bellowed. "No harm must come to this man." The chief priest turned to Mama Jollof, who was trembling on the floor. "Woman, the gods demand the truth. Why do you forbid shoes in this place? What are you hiding?" Mama Jollof began to weep. "I don't know what you mean, eyes of the gods. There's nothing to hide." The chief priest's staff struck the ground with a thunderous sound. "Do not lie, Mama Jollof. Speak now, or face the wrath of the gods." The restaurant erupted in murmurs. The villagers leaned in, eager to hear the truth. Finally, Mama Jollof broke down. "It's true," she cried. "I've been hiding something. Years ago, I was just another struggling food vendor. My business was failing, and I was desperate. I went to a powerful native doctor for help. He promised me great success, but there was a price." The crowd gasped. "The native doctor told me I must follow 2 conditions. I had to open my restaurant in a new community, and no one could wear shoes inside. He performed a ritual and gave me a charm to bury under the floor of this restaurant. He said as long as the rules were obeyed, my business would flourish, and I would prosper beyond my dreams." "But at what cost?" the chief priest demanded. Tears streamed down Mama Jollof's face. "The charm bound the fortunes of everyone who ate here to mine. Their success, their health, their happiness, it all became mine to take. They didn't know it, but every bite of my food made them weaker while I grew stronger." The crowd erupted in shock and outrage. Egui Rochas was visibly shaken. "Mama Jollof, you have betrayed this community. Your kindness was a mask for greed. Guards, take her away. The chief priest raised his hand. Wait, we must cleanse this place of its darkness. Burn the restaurant to the ground and purify the land. The villagers, united in their anger, worked together to dismantle the restaurant. The chief priest performed a ritual to break the curse. Let this be a lesson, the chief priest declared. Evil cannot thrive forever. The gods see all, and justice will always prevail. As the ashes of the restaurant smoldered, the villagers turned to Emeka. You are our hero, Egui said, placing a hand on Emeka's shoulder. Without your actions, we would have remained under her spell. Emeka, still bewildered, simply nodded. I only wanted to eat, he said, earning a round of laughter from the crowd. The villagers celebrated Emeka's bravery with a feast prepared by the community's women. Mama Jollof was banished from Timber, and the people vowed to be more vigilant about whom they trusted. Life in Timber slowly returned to normal. The market square was alive with laughter and chatter once more, and the villagers often recounted the story of how a young core member exposed the truth behind Mama Jollof's rule. Emeka became a beloved member of the community, not just for his accidental heroism but for his humility and kindness. As he walked through Timber, he smiled at the thought that sometimes the simplest actions could lead to the most profound changes.